Did the Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt match satisfy you? I'm going to start off and said I made a big deal on Sunday night on Twitter and on Cinesport. Everything I did, I said Taker needs to hang it up, and that is just. I mean, I respect the hell out of Undertaker. He's one of the best performers ever. I respect the hell out of him. I wouldn't be even saying this to his face, but in doing my job, I said maybe he needs to call quits. It's always better to leave a day early than stay a day late and be forced out. I'm still not going to say I was satisfied with the match, but having got to go back and watch the match on the WWE Network, I will say it came off better on television than it did live. And I think, Josh, my explanation or justification is this match with The Undertaker was different from his previous matches, previous WrestleMania matches where, we'd see him do the big jump over the leap over the top rope. And we saw some bigger spots. This one was a lot tighter. It was a lot more just physical, them trying to do hard hitting, a lot more clotheslines, a lot more just straight bumping in the ring. With the narration, with being able to hear the bumps and the narration of the commentary, it came off better on television. Watching it live when we're in section 131, it just kind of looked like Taker's moving at half speed.
Well, because The Undertaker and Bray Wyatt are two characters that tell a story with their facial expressions, with their movements in the ring, and whenever we're so far away from it, it's hard to really see what they're trying to, what they're trying to tell in the ring. So my problem when watching it was I wasn't really emotionally connecting with the characters, and that was one thing that when I went back and watched it as soon as I got back into Pittsburgh, I looked at it, I watched it, I dissected it, I said, wow, this is a lot better because they're more creative with what they're saying to one another. Whether it's Bray Wyatt really being that extra extraterrestrial kind of like character. But at the same time, the new Face of Fear, the old Face of Fear, that was the storyline. The one thing I was very surprised to see was a very clean match. No usage of an urn, no usage of somewhat of a chair, any kind of a symbolism in the match. That's the one thing I didn't realize. And people are going to complain and say, well, this was not Undertaker's best match. Okay, aside from Brock Lesnar's match last year, and that's only being memorable because The Undertaker lost. Match at 29 against Punk, and then the two previous against Triple H, the two previous against Michaels. You go all the way back to Edge, Batista at 23, 22. I mean, this is the worst match, obviously, since 22, whenever he faced Mark Henry in that casket match. But that doesn't mean it was a bad match, because everything before that for the past 7 years has been stellar.
And now you're comparing to The Undertaker's previous matches. Let's compare just to the rest of the card. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'll still say this. I think The Undertaker's match, to me, was the least, and again, part of it being live, the least entertaining match.
Do you throw in the Divas there as well?
Yes. Okay. I was entertained more with the Divas match. I was entertained more with the Battle Royal. I was entertained more with the tag title match. And again, you made a great point with the facial expressions and connecting and hearing the narration. For as much as we might patch JBL and Booker T, their narration, when you listen to it back, especially Cole's play-by-play, was a big help.